You must have seen rose flowers, hibiscus flowers, and crops in your garden. All of these are plants. On the other hand, dogs, monkeys, and lions are animals. Plants and animals are all living organisms, and living organisms have some similar characteristics that enable us to classify them. So here's what we are going to do in this lesson. We're going to learn about the classification of living organisms. Classification entails arranging or grouping things. For example, we neatly arrange books in our library. On bookshelves, books may be neatly arranged based on their color, subjects, authors, or titles. Biological classification entails grouping organisms based on their similar origins, structures, and features. Now, taxonomy is the branch of biology that identifies, describes, and/or classifies all living organisms. Here's a quick fact. Scientists that study taxonomy are called taxonomists. Now, the word taxonomy is derived from two words. The first is taxa, and the second is nomia. The word taxa, which is basically a plural of taxon, means arrangements, whereas nomia means method. Combining these two words gives the word taxonomy. We can also describe taxonomy as the method of arranging and classifying living organisms. Now, many years ago, an ancient Greek philosopher named Aristotle, who lived between 384 and 322 BC, was one of the first individuals who attempted to classify living things. Many centuries later, a Swedish scientist named Carolus Linnaeus classified living organisms and came up with the 7 hierarchical classification system, which is the present method of naming and classifying living organisms. As a result, Carolus Linnaeus is known as the father of taxonomy, and his 7 hierarchy classifications are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. The kingdom is the highest group and is the most elaborate division. Linnaeus named 2 kingdoms, the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. However, from research by scientists over time, we have seen that there are other kingdoms. So let me give you all the kingdoms right now. We've got kingdoms: Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, and Monera. These are the 5 kingdom classifications. Humans and other animals belong to the kingdom Animalia, while plants belong to kingdom Plantae. Next on the hierarchy is phylum. Animals or plants with similar features are grouped under the same phylum. Let's move a level down. A phylum splits down into classes, and each class divides into orders. Now, orders divide into various families. Families split into genus, and lastly, a genera divides into several species. Now, let's consider a very simple example. Let's classify a domestic dog, the kind you see wandering around your neighborhood. Domestic dogs belong to the kingdom Animalia and the phylum Chordata because they have notochords. They belong to the class Mammalia. Now, Mammalia is a class of animals that give birth to young ones alive, puppies, in the case of the dogs. Going further, they belong to the order Carnivora and of the family Canidae because of their well-developed canine teeth. Then they belong to the genus Canis and the species Familiaris. Let's do a quick recap of what we've learned. We have learned that Classification involves grouping living organisms. We also learnt how living things are classified based on the 7 hierarchical classification system. Let's list them out again. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Keep learning and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.